Hey guys. All right, so a little backstory with this one. In 2012, Netflix was a very different place. There was a time where it really was the only streaming service you could ever need before it slowly got lost in the sea of 40 other streaming services that all take turns owning Spider-Man 2. It wasn't just the content that was different though, it also used to be way easier to find funny, obscure nonsense because the search engine hadn't been modified yet to just show you the same 12 results no matter what you type in. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So if I just type M into the search bar, the first thing that pops up for me is Mean Girls. Makes total sense, it's a good movie, it's popular, it starts with the letter M, can't argue with any of that. So what if I type in the letter G instead? Okay, a little bit of a stretch, but you know, the second word does start with G, so I'll allow it. Let's try a random ass letter though. Let's do W. Okay. Now I'm confused. Maybe they think my computer's upside down? Okay, what about C? Another letter that I know is nowhere to be found in the title. Oh my God, what is happening? Oh, I've got it. I'll do a number. Surely this will fool them. What? Is it because there's 4 girls in the photo? Do you think I'm searching for a movie based on how many people are in it? How are you gonna put this before something that actually has the number 4 in its title? Now, I don't blame them for doing this because I know they're just trying to tailor the experience to each individual. I'm sure your search results will end up being entirely different than mine. But like I said, an algorithmic search engine makes it harder to find anything new on Netflix when they clearly will use any vague connection whatsoever to show you what they're already trying to get you to watch. Anyway, all of that is to say that back in 2012, none of this was the case. So my friend and I used to play this game where we would type in one random letter, click on the most ridiculous movie that we could find, and then fast forward to the last 5 minutes and watch the ending without any context at all. This led to some absurd moments. For example, this is how the movie Spooky Buddies ends.
Maybe now I can be a wise owl. It's a new day at last.
Hey, can we get some help over here?
I'm sorry, what?
It's cold. Can someone find our clothes?
I have 1 million questions, and I don't know if I want the answer to any of them. But the movie that I've thought about the most for the past decade is one that for a long time I wasn't even sure if it actually existed, and maybe my friend and I just had this shared hallucination one night. I remember it being called White Men Can't Dance, and no, I'm not thinking of White Men Can't Jump. I know that that exists. That is a different movie. Google has already tried to gaslight me into thinking that that's what I'm looking for, but it's not, so don't even try. Here is all I remember about this movie. We skipped to the end, watched several minutes of very elaborate breakdancing, and then this happened.
I'll see you later.
That was fun. I wonder what I'm gonna draw next.
I am not exaggerating when I say that that is one of the hardest times I have ever laughed in my life. To go from 0 to 100 in such dramatic fashion, to have this onslaught of Mad Lib style nonsense, and then the icing on the cake being that apparently what this whole movie was a painting? Some unrelated character that I'm seeing for the first time now painted the movie? It may not seem like much to you, but this was a foundational moment in the development of my brain. This helped shape me into the person I am today. Honestly, I think it changed my life. So needless to say, I have been trying to find it ever since. Every like 6 months or so, I've searched for an obscure streaming service that might have it, or a website that sells like the VHS, anything at all, just so I could relive this masterpiece. But every single search left me empty-handed. I tried Reddit, I tried eBay, hell, sometimes I'd even make it to the second page of Google, but it was almost like this movie didn't want to be found. I started to worry if this was gonna be like one of those animated TikToks where the guy digs too far and gets electrocuted because he happened upon something he wasn't supposed to. Could this movie lead to my untimely demise? Or am I just giving up too soon? like in those animated TikToks where the guy stops digging right before he gets to the diamond. This could be my diamond. I can't give up now. And then finally, a few weeks ago, I noticed Google updated their search result page. Turns out, even though Netflix called it White Men Can't Dance, and IMDb calls it White Men Can't Dance, that's not the name of the movie. The actual title is Daddy Can't Dance.
Who says Daddy can't dance?
Should have known. Finally armed with helpful information, it was as simple as just going to the website and buying the DVD, which I did. Keep in mind, I've never actually watched the entire movie. That's part of why I wanted to find this so bad. I've only seen the last 10 minutes. I have no idea what happens before that. So here's how they describe the movie. This is an awesome film with the best breakdancing. It has won 4 awards. Holy shit. The film is about a man, Pete Weaver, that loses his job and he finds out that someone got him fired by telling false information. So he sneaks back into work in different disguises to try to get his job back. Very funny. Meanwhile, Pete's dad dies. Seems like a spoiler, but okay. And then he finds out that his only little girl needs a kidney transplant. So financially, his back was against the wall, but he hears about a dance competition with a $40,000 first place. Holy shit. Who is running this competition that has 40 grand to give out? That's crazy. So he calls old friends to get him back into shape and compete in the dance competition to save his daughter's life. Well, I could not be more excited for this. Although you can probably tell that I'm stalling a little bit because I'm kind of nervous that after 10 years of build-up, there's no way this could possibly live up to my expectations. But regardless, let's watch Daddy Can't Dance. Oh, that's the girl from the end. Okay, so apparently whatever she draws comes to life before dissolving into fairy dust. I love that this is all happening 10 seconds after saying inspired by true events. You'd think the news would have said something about this magic pencil, but I guess not. All right, so the dad comes home from work and his family is gathered around roasting marshmallows in the fireplace.
I've been roasting them in the fireplace.
Looks like you've been roasting them in the furnace. I think I'll pass.
That would probably be the right thing to do.
You do not want to eat one of those marshmallows, man. We burned the shit out of them. Mmm, yummy marshmallows. Dude, we fucked them up so bad. I think I'm gonna like this movie. Later that night, he gets revenge on his wife.
Yeah, watch your backside, honey.
It's kind of a weird thing to say. By scaring her away. And then I guess they had sex on a pile of marshmallows. I think that's what's implied by his face. Oh my God, what is the title of this movie? Hey fellas, I can dance too. So right away, I can already tell this movie is just gonna be a shit ton of breakdancing with some over-the-top physical gags sprinkled in.
That's weird.
Hey Pete, bring that fire extinguisher up here. The fire marshal said it's out of date.
Is this it, boss?
Yeah.
Okay.
What the hell else would it be, Pete? I'm 3 minutes in, and this is already the greatest movie I've ever watched. After work, he goes to his parents' house and picks up a sandwich off the counter.
Don't eat that sandwich, Pete. Your mom made that sandwich 3.5 months ago. She liked the color.
Hey, you do you, man. If you want to leave a bologna sandwich out as decoration, more power to you. So I guess his soon-to-be dead dad is an inventor. He goes on this whole spiel about how he gets inspired when it rains, and also here's the math for my new invention.
I want America to be #1 in technology. #1. I guess it must be the computer.
Can we zoom out a little bit on this shot?
But I not only love to work for this country, I love to work for this family.
This goes on for so long.
Hey, sweetie pie. Mommy told me you're feeling bad.
Hey, sweetie pie, mind if I just pop in through this fucking trap door that's in the middle of your room?
Does that feel better?
Yeah, I think my forehead was just too dry. Thanks, Dad. Miraculously, the next morning, she's feeling good enough to make breakfast for the entire family, which the mom does not like.
Do not use the stove without mommy or daddy around. It's dangerous.
Okay.
Okay?
I don't know. If there's anyone who can't handle the stove, I think it might be Pete over there. You all right, buddy? If it wasn't for the medical foreshadowing from earlier, this next cut would seem insane.
Isn't that good?
Well, I don't know how to tell you this, but you're not supposed to eat cereal like that. She's not gonna make it. In the next scene, Pete is telling someone about his own invention, which is basically a portable cup holder. And what I love about this is that is a real thing that he actually did invent in real life. I know this because I found him on Instagram last week and saw he was promoting them, so I bought one. I didn't know it was gonna be in the movie. I have a prop from Daddy Can't Dance. Also, I like how he brings it up too.
Golly.
On a serious note, I got something I want you to see.
Now, if you could be serious for one goddamn second, this is a cup holder you can use outside. But before he can bring it up in his business meeting, he has to leave abruptly because Grandpa fell down.
I'm bleeding to death.
You're what?
He's just had 2 heart attacks.
What do you mean?
What do you mean 2 heart attacks?
What? I thought people only had 1 heart. No, I mean they were back to back. He had 2 backs too?
Sir, you can't go back there. I'm sorry.
Doctor, listen.
Wow, what a move. I've never seen a quick spin into the casual walk combo before, but it was really effective against this doctor.
Slated at 9:45 a.m.
Dead.
So, okay, it is sad that he died, but why didn't they change the beeps? That's like the first thing you learn about hospitals is the sound that those machines make when someone dies. Oh, he left a note.
You always remember, son, that life is like a chess game.
Was he gonna drive his car into the river?
You do good.
Sorry, it's not funny, but it's funny. 2 hearts weren't enough for my dad. That's not what he meant. Later, at the funeral.
What'd the doctor say, honey?
About Grandpa? He died 3 days ago.
Beanie needs a kidney transplant.
Oh, you're talking about our daughter. What, did you not read the synopsis on daddycantdance.com? She needs a kidney. So after taking some time to grieve and try to figure out how they're gonna pay for the surgery, Pete's boys come over to say hello.
Sheila, do you mind if we borrow Pete for a little bit? Just a little, guy time?
Why does he say it like that? Hey, you mind if we head down to the bar and watch some sports? We just need a little guy time. It does look like they're having fun though.
Hey! Guy time? Here we are, boys.
I'm ready to go, guys. Whoop-de-doo.
So this is the bar, huh? Well, I had a lot of fun. I'll see you guys later. So I guess the, again, $40,000 breakdancing contest is inside this room of 12 people? They must sell a lot of drinks during this.
I have never seen anybody move like that, especially us. You know white men can't dance.
They should have called the movie that. That would have been a great title. He pretends to have to go to the bathroom, gets into this really awkward confrontation with the dancers. One of them then shoves him and calls him old, and then they leave and he says this.
Hey man, I appreciate you bringing me out here. It's just what I needed.
Just what you needed? You were there for 4 minutes and got into a fight.
Guy time?
That scene was to establish 2 things though. 1, there's now a rivalry between him and the Iceman, the guy he got into a fight with. And 2, Daddy's gonna have to dance because he's gonna win that damn contest. Before he can get any momentum going in his life though, get this, his coworker steals his invention.
It's an innovative drink holder that I invented.
No, Pete invented it.
Pete is trying to steal this from me.
He's fired.
That was fast.
Call the guards, tell them not to let him in the building under any circumstances.
You've been yanked, sir.
What?
Fired, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I guess that's that. I guess he's got bigger fish to fry with the dance contest coming up, so he calls his old friend to help him get into shape, and he just tells him to run on the beach.
Start running. Way down there. Beat
And I guess that's it. Problem solved. Sorry, I spoke too soon. There is a little montage of exercising. He does it for a whole week. So that's how he got in shape. He must be going a little too hard in the gym though, because he has this dream where his arms turned into rubber. We don't have to talk about that. It's not important at all. We also don't even really have to talk about the scene that they described on the website where he spends several minutes trying to get into work disguised as an old man, because it's just kind of weird and gross. He keeps farting and threatening to shit his pants. Very funny. Meanwhile, there is this extremely frustrating subplot that ends up taking up a majority of the movie, where his wife thinks he's having an affair because he hasn't told her that he's spending all his free time training for a dance contest. I know I'm an outsider, outsider here, but to me, it seems like he could just fucking tell her. It doesn't need to be a secret. It's not like she's anti-dance or something. Honestly though, it's his own damn fault for being so cryptic about it.
I've got to go somewhere for a couple hours. Look, I love you, but I've just got to go somewhere for a couple hours, okay?
Just tell her that you're practicing for a dance contest to try to win money for your daughter. She will 1,000% understand. You can tell that he wrote the movie because he even has her friend character tell her that she's overreacting.
He never even touches me anymore.
Do you think that maybe you're overreacting?
You're right.
Hey, he's probably fine. You're just being crazy. I know, I'm nuts. As a viewer though, I'm not 100% convinced that he's not having an affair. Like, look at this interaction.
He's got to lose another 5 pounds.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, you saw him there. 5 pounds right here.
Right, bust it up, bust
right
it
here.
up. Right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Hey, man, we're just playing.
Oh, never mind. They were just pranking their friend.
That's wrong.
This movie's weird, man. Okay, so maybe he's not cheating with one of his dance teachers. Maybe instead he's cheating with his other friend, who we get to see sing an entire song, start to finish, and then give this look to Pete. She confronts him about it, and he does a really good job of deflecting by getting halfway to the door of their home and just being like, you know what? I have to go to the gym.
I think I'm gonna go work out.
That was a close one, man. She almost thought you were up to no good.
My wife's all uptight. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know what's gotten into her.
I want you to go home and take care of business.
No.
Take care of business.
No.
This scene is almost exactly like that scene in Christmas Mail. This is Matt. This is Heather. They have a weirdly close relationship that's never fully explained. They're way overly affectionate in public until someone catches them.
All right.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
But my wife, she's a good lady. But my God, if I told her I was competing in a dance competition.
Yes, of course. Or, actually, no, why can't you just tell her?
She would absolutely lose it. You know how women are. Why?
Yeah.
Why did she agree with him?
I'm gonna be at work in 2 hours to sneak back in.
Well, look what we're gonna start with.
Oh my. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're doing the teeth thing again.
I'm here for the ratification exploratory evaluation.
So the first time he tried this, it was a colossal failure that got him kicked out by security. So he took a couple weeks to think about it, reconsider his strategy, and came to the conclusion that he just needed different teeth. I'm just gonna fast forward through this.
This is the patent for the drink genie.
Yeah.
Pete Weaver.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yes, boss, it's me.
Now here's the thing, they even established this earlier. He had already patented his invention under his own name. All he had to do was tell his boss that. I don't know, send him an email with the attached documents. He could have done that a month ago. But in his defense, these two scenes were very funny. I can't tell which of these two scenes I like better. There's one where the mom reads a book that's just been like printed on a few sheets of loose paper. Or the scene after that where they do a commercial for the drink genie and then surprise Charlie by demoting him to the mailroom.
And as of today, you're gonna start working your way up from the mailroom.
If there's one thing I've learned from movies, it's that every company has a mailroom. And to do it in front of the news, that's just cruel. I mean, these guys mean business. Just look at that microphone.
Hey, kid, you got some moves.
Thanks.
You know what? No matter what anybody tells you, don't you ever stop dancing. You hear me?
Okay.
Can you go away now? You're being weird.
Think you could get me into that dancing competition tonight?
Oh, no. Your mother might kill me.
Huh? She would kill you? What is this universe we're in, where dancing is like this taboo thing that you can only do in secret? This movie literally follows the script that the AI wrote in my last video. But you heard the man, it's time for the dance contest, which can only mean one thing: 20 uninterrupted minutes of professional breakdancing. I mean, this is just a treat. Every time you think it's almost over, it just keeps going. Everybody gets their turn. And then another turn. Now, if you like breakdancing though, this is the best part of the whole movie because everyone doing it, including Pete, the guy who made the movie, is very good at dancing. I still don't know where the hell they're getting all this money from, but I could see him winning the contest.
And the winner of the 20th annual dance-off is Iceman.
Oh, never mind. He doesn't win.
Yo, Pete, I think you deserve the trophy, man. And the money.
I cannot overstate how out of nowhere that came. These guys have been beefing the entire movie. At times an uncomfortable amount of beef, honestly. And then at the very last second, he's like, you know what? You take it.
I'm gonna take the money from my little beanie. I'm passing the torch to you, man.
Oh, Pete, that's so nice of you, man, to take all $40,000 of cash, but let me keep the little trophy.
Something happens to you when you're competing for your daughter's life. It's adrenaline or love. It takes over every fiber of your body. You have to win no matter what it takes.
But you didn't win. You're just lucky the Iceman has a heart of gold. But that's not all, guys, because immediately after the contest, at what I can only assume is like 11 o'clock at night on a Tuesday, the Children's Miracle Network calls and tells them that they're gonna fund their daughter's surgery so they don't even need the money anymore. I'm surprised his two friends were like, oh, nice. So does that mean that maybe since we helped you and you don't need the money that like, we could have some? Hell no, we're rich. That would be a really good way to end the movie if we didn't already know that there's an entirely different ending in store.
Hey, kid. Hey, you can have them. They're my old dance shoes. They're magic. If you believe.
The shoes are magic? It's kind of a weird thing to throw in right at the end.
Ooh.
That was fun. I wonder what I'm gonna draw next.
Oh, I get it now. Those are the teeth from earlier. Well, that answers all my questions. Just kidding, I still don't know who the hell this lady is or why she painted this movie. The entire movie could have been exactly the same and nothing would have changed without the 30 seconds at the beginning with her drawing and the 30 seconds at the end. She's not in the movie at all. She doesn't have a name as far as I can tell. I dare you to find a movie with a better, more out of place twist than this. Something that just completely comes out of not even left field, but like a different baseball park. It's incredible. I mean, like, how do you even come up with that? So like I said, I found the guy on Instagram and honestly, he seems like a pretty cool dude. He's 65 and still dances better than most people my age, certainly dances better than I ever could. Not that I'm surprised or anything. I mean, this is the Poppin' Lockin' Papa from Daddy Can't Dance the Movie. One thing I think they definitely got right on their website is that this would make for an excellent gift. I'm just saying, if you're trying to start your Christmas shopping a little early this year, you know, maybe just buy one for your entire family. Or hell, you could even buy your very own drink genie as seen in the movie. I love it because you can put it on the ground and then put your cup in it, and then you don't have to put your cup on the ground. Anyway, sorry, I'll stop trying to sell you guys shit right after I do an ad for today's sponsor. Guys, I should probably tell you something. I drop my phone a lot. Not on purpose or nothing. I'm just a clumsy little guy. Sometimes I'll be FaceTiming my wife and she says something shocking or scary and I start jumping up and down and screaming in fear until I realize I dropped my phone on the ground 30 seconds ago and it probably would have shattered into a million pieces if it wasn't for my Casetify case by Casetify. Having a good phone case is important, especially if you just bought the new iPhone 14, which I believe is named after its price of $14,000. Probably want to throw something on there to protect your investment. And with Casetify's impact cases with their new EcoShock technology, your phone can easily withstand a drop of up to 11.5 feet. That's almost as tall as I am. Drop test. It still works. And you thought I was gonna break it? What, you don't trust me? Back when I was growing up, you could either choose a phone case that looked good, or you could choose one that actually worked, but you could never have both at the same time. The ultra protective cases were bulky and dumb looking, and the screen protectors would end up with a bunch of little air bubbles in them. But then the cases that actually had cool designs on them were made out of cheap plastic that provided about as much protection as this security guard from that gift. But Casetify has so many sick designs to choose from, so you can have a sleek phone case that easily fits in your pocket without sacrificing on protection. They've also got a ton of customization options, so you can put your initials or your pet's name or your YouTube catchphrase all on a case that looks like a freaking lava lamp. Are you kidding me? Plus, their iPhone 14 cases are made from 65% recycled and plant-based material, which gives new life to post-consumer waste. So whether you plan on upgrading to an iPhone 14 or you're like me and you're gonna try to make your 11 last until the moment it flatlines, go to Casetify.com to check out their entire Impact Case series. And if you click on the link in the description, Casetify.com/Drew Gooden, you'll get 15% off your order. Thank you so much to Casetify for sponsoring today's video and helping keep my phone in one piece. Can you believe it? 10 years looking for one movie, and all I had to do was wait for Google to update their search results. You might be wondering if I think it was worth the wait, and honestly, yeah, it was pretty good. And for them to pull all of that off with a budget of what I can only assume to be $9 or $10, that's impressive. Well, I've got to go give my magic shoes to a little boy I just met, so I'll see you guys.
Oh, honey.
Ugh, gross.
That was fun. I wonder what I'll draw next.